Yeah, we grew up, but nobody warned us. Life moves fast when the world keeps turning. Kids in the backseat, parents getting older. Still leaning on my brothers when the weight gets colder. Whoa, we're all just trying to make it through. Love you, pal, I got you. We're all just trying to make it through. Love ya, pal, I got you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Love You Pal podcast. We're three brothers who are navigating the sandwich generation of life, taking care of our kids while also dealing with loss and aging parents. If you aren't following us on socials, make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss anything. Once again, you see we are 2 out of 3. Michael's still struggling with his laryngitis. So
It's still Hall of Fame. That's still Hall of Fame numbers. 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
666.
That's true. Yeah, well, let's not bring up the devil's number.
I mean, it is the last 3
Say-
numbers of his phone number.
I mean, 2/3 we do all also have a supermajority. So
This
we
is
can
true.
we could do whatever we want, and you can't veto it.
Voted off the island later, dude.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll be back next week, and we'll be back to normal operations. So today we're going to dive into a topic that I know I struggle with. I'm sure you do too, Jay. Is kind of the work-home balance, work-life balance, if you will. Trying to keep work at work and home at home and not cross those boundaries. It's something that I know, like I said, I struggle with big time. Only because I'm like a strange animal where instead of like opening my phone and opening social media, like I open my phone, I open my email. Just because it's,
Mhm.
I'm worried about missing something, and then, there's a deadline that I didn't meet, and then I get in trouble, and then
Yeah, no, that's definitely something I used to struggle with real bad. But changing careers and going into actually when I started dispatching is when I really was able to separate it. Made it a lot easier. But yeah, it's definitely a difficult thing, and it's something that we struggle with because we just care so much about what we do and the people we work with and just being successful in general.
yeah, I mean, and it's funny because I just had this conversation with the guys at the firehouse during shift change, and I was like, "Oh, you guys didn't really do anything yesterday. I saw you ran this," and he was like, "You keep your alerts on when you're at home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I never turn them off." And he's like, "Oh," it's like I turn them off when I get home. I got to separate, which is something that I probably should do, but I'm way too nosy and I want to know
Yeah.
exactly what's going on all the time. So like I don't, and also just being a lieutenant, I want to know if there's anything I'm walking into that's going to be, an
Right.
issue.
Right. And like why coming out of like college, like my first job was customer service. So like that was separate. Like I could easily separate that. Cause like once you turn off the phone, like at the office, you're done. Like it's over with. But after that, going into sales, did sales for a few years, and that was real difficult. Like you had your BlackBerry back then, and like I had 2 BlackBerries. I had one for work. I had one for home. I had my emails coming to both of them. So it's like the amount of alerts that I would get, it was just like a symphony of tones. So that was a struggle. But moving into the dispatch realm where like you can't take it home. Like you can't, like what happens there, it happens there. There's nothing to bring home other than like your PTSD and like, yeah, you had a shitty, you had a shitty shift and you got hammered all night, or like the cops were just being total asses and like running stop after stop after stop after stop from like 8 p.m. until 4 a.m. And like, you had those days, but like everybody has crappy days at work. And, but it's just definitely easier to separate it. And then going into the contracting realm where I am now, I have to separate it. I don't have an option. So work stays at work, home stays at home. It's nice like that. But I definitely did still think about work, especially when I was managing a team. Like coming into Monday, who's going to come in this week? Who's not going to come in this week? What am I going to have to cover? Like I did classes. What class am I going to have to cover? So that was a little difficult, but it was still not the realm of sales calls at 7:30 when X, Y, and Z law firm, their printer's not working and I need to go out there and fix it for them. I
Yeah.
did not make enough money for that.
No. And I mean, I think, and this may be a hot take, right? And it's not the same for everybody, because I know I definitely have guys that work for me that will work with me, because nobody works for me, they work with me. That are similar to me, where they they want to know what's going on too. But being a supervisor, I think it's a different mentality where you feel like, I mean, I need to be available to my people all the time, in my opinion, right? If, in my phone, my favorites, all of the people that work for me are there, because when I come home, one of the boundaries that I've set for myself is I put my phone on personal mode. Apple has focuses, so I put it on personal focus. So only people in my favorites will come through. All the telemarketers and everything, they go right to voicemail. I don't see any of that stuff. And that's really helped. But at the same time, I need to be available for them. Only because if they're in crisis, I need to be able to jump and help them in whatever way possible.
Right. And like that's kind of how it is with everybody and us. Like we talked about how vast our network is, and like all of the people that we associate with. And like I had like the 3:00 friends, like if somebody calls me at 3:00, something's happening and they know that they can get in touch with me and that I can help them. So like that's something that I always like. I don't keep my phone on ring at night. I don't keep my phone on ring at all. Like it's always on silent.
Only when I'm at work.
But like they know that you generally, like, I'll wake up and like with my issues with sleeping and my back and everything and my CPAP and whatever, getting tangled in my hose at night. It's like wrestling a snake sometimes. It's like I wake up and like I'll roll over and check my phone just to make sure everything's cool. Like especially with you guys working like overnights and night shift, like I want to make sure everything's good with you guys. If you guys, I don't know your shift, so it's like every night kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, so like, why do you think it's different now than it was? Like, why is it so hard for us to leave work at work well, and like you said, you're in contracting, you don't have the choice, right? For me, the fire department, I could leave it there and I could go back in 4 days and I could be like, cool. But my other job, in teaching, right? Like I'm supposed to be available from 9 to 5 every day, answering emails and, dealing with issues. But at the same time, working 2 full-time jobs, I have to devote my time to the firehouse when I'm there. So it ends up kind of bleeding over into my home life. And like, if I get on my computer to do some kind, just like surf the internet at night, look at Amazon and things I can't afford, I, my email will pop up and then I'll feel an obligation to read the emails. And it's like, and then I get angry. So then I'm like, why are these people emailing about this stupid nonsense? Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like I read an email earlier, like when I was logging on to do this, and I'm like, this is dumb. Like, it's Saturday, it's 7:30 at night, and I shouldn't be dealing with this shit. I should see that on Monday and I should deal with it then. But it's just constantly in our faces. And I think that's the difference now from back in the day when, our parents were working.
Yeah, like think about Dad. Like Dad was like customer support for a long time when he was doing like all the installs and stuff. And like you never saw him do work at home. Like like we said, he would pack up his lunch in his briefcase and leave in the morning and come back at home and put his briefcase down. And that was it. The day was over. There's no cell phones. There's no email on your computer at home. There's nothing like that. everything was done in the office.
It's
So I
funny
think
because
it's just
I remember Dad changing his Audex every day. Like at
Yeah,
7 o'clock at night, he would call into his phone at work, and he would change his
his voicemail.
voicemail, letting people know what he had going on. Like, you've reached the desk of Jeff Morehouse. It's, Saturday, August 22nd, and I will be in the office all day. However, I have multiple meetings that I'll be on. If you need something immediate, you can contact so-and-so. If not, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, that I
Like
actually
every night.
I totally forgot about that, but as soon as you
Yeah.
started saying it, I remember it now. Like
You can hear it because he would stand at the kitchen phone
yeah,
every night at like 7 o'clock after dinner, and he would change his Audex.
yeah, and it's not like he had to go on Outlook to look at his calendar
No.
for tomorrow. Like he would look at it before he left the office, or he would pull his actual calendar book out of his briefcase and look at it and be like, "Oh, I have 2 meetings at 10 and 2, like whatever."
Yeah,
But
or
yeah,
he'd be
it's
playing
like,
golf, and he'd be like, I'll be out of the office all day.
yeah, I'll be out of the office all day, unavailable. I've done that before.
But what's crazy, right, is like you have those statuses on your Outlook calendar. Like I can say that I'm unavailable. It doesn't matter. People are still sending me emails. People are still
Right.
sending me calendar requests, even though I'm not there. They know I'm not there. It says I'm not there.
Right. It literally says that I'm not there.
But I
And
think
it's
it's the expectation that you need. I think people who are in higher up positions expect you to be available 24/7 because maybe they're available more, or maybe they don't have those boundaries, right?
Well,
Like, they're-
yeah.
and it's funny, and I read some stuff at the bottom of people's emails, like, if just because I'm working doesn't mean you need to be working. Please get back to me at your earliest convenience. But then you get shit for not getting back to them immediately, and it's like, what do you want here?
Right. Yeah. Like you have to have the boundary, and like you have to set up the boundary almost from the get-go. Like you start a new job, like I just started a new job, like, and I like my boss is awesome. My group is awesome. I'm not expected to do work at home. I can't really do work at home. But it's like you have to set up that boundary where like, okay, I'm gonna work 6 to 2. If you need me beyond that, you need to let me know so I can make arrangements. Especially like if I pick the kids up or whatever during the week, I have to make those arrangements and change it up with Liz, with my wife, so she can get out of school early and not do like prep period or whatever to pick up the kids. And like, I guess part of it is like they understand a lot of people have kids now, and like we've gotten to the point where like that generation of, well, now that I have access all the time, you have to have access all the time, and you have to be available all the time. Like that generation is kind of retiring, where it's like they didn't have it at first, so when they had it, they felt like the need to be available all the time. But I feel like that it's kind of switching to, we need to have that home and work life separation, that balance. And like that was a big thing that like we talked about we talked about at my last job, was like the work life balance. And like we had guys who were working like 70 hours a week, like, and that's just insane. Like, granted, they were retired, they didn't have like young kids at home, but still, like, why do you want to be sitting in an uncomfortable desk chair in a cubicle underneath fluorescent lights for that long? Like, it drives me nuts. Like I actually, for my new desk, I went and got like one of those mood lights.
Yeah.
Like the sunlight lights. So I feel nice during the day, and like I don't have the fluorescent lights on my office.
When I sit in my office, I never have the fluorescent lights on.
Well, like, and this goes back to dispatching. Like, we had 6 computer screens, so multiply that by 30 desks. Like, you had enough light in that room to like, it's like whatever that hotel in Vegas, you could see it from space.
I don't know, the Mirage.
Yeah, but like you don't need the more fluorescent lights. You already have the light coming off, like the fake light coming off of the monitor. Like, I loved working in the dark. I much prefer working in the dark on a computer.
Yeah, I love
just
working in the dark so
better.
much that people don't even know that I'm in my office.
That's the best.
If I shut the door, they don't know that I'm in there because it's dark and my desk sits right behind the door, so you can't see in to see that I'm there. So like, I'll be like, I'll get an email the next day. I'll be like, they're like, "Well, you thought you were in the office yesterday?" I was like, "Yeah, I was there from like 9 to 4." They're
Yeah.
like, "Well, I didn't see you." I was like, "Yeah, because I was working
Right.
and my door was closed. Like I had things to do, so I don't want to leave my door open." Like, "Oh, I didn't even notice."
And like I'm a chatty Cathy, so like I'm one of those people like you go by their office and like you could spend 20 minutes. I could spend 20 minutes talking to you, shooting the shit.
Yeah, that's
But
part of the
like,
problem with working in my office.
right, that's the thing is like you gotta be able to like have that divide too, where you can't have. It's kind of frowned upon to sit there and talk to your coworker for an hour about nothing when your boss is expecting to get an email or some project done. So
Yeah, uh, it's tough. But back to like the work-life balance, that's something that I've strived to change in the past year, honestly, since Dad died. Seeing, and for him, you could see his stress level change when he did start working from home, and you could see that
yeah,
he couldn't shut it off as much as he wanted to.
no,
Because he would, there were times where we would eat dinner and he'd go back down at work, and we're like, this has never happened before. Like, this is weird.
yeah. What are you doing?
I don't get this. Like, why are you sitting
It's
at the
Jeopardy
desk?
time, bro.
Right. Why are you working? We should be watching Jeopardy Wheel of Fortune and then some sort of drama on network TV.
NYPD Blue.
Right. But yeah, and that's when his stress level went up, and that's when you could definitely see like a mood shift, and just he became a little shorter with everybody, and that was probably when we were in high school,
Yeah, probably.
like early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that's when the shift really started. It's when, it was probably once we started getting like cable internet, not dial up.
Right.
When everyone had access.
Became like readily available,
Right.
like high speed internet.
Yeah. And then people started work from home, and then that was it. Like then, the iPhone generation and, BlackBerries before that, and you could literally be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And at that point, people didn't give a shit. They were like, "Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah,
it's
like
11 o'clock at night. I need this by tomorrow at 7 a.m." And you're like, "No, what are you talking about, bro?"
yeah, you got a BlackBerry with a full keyboard. Like, there's no reason why you can't type out a whole email.
It's funny
to me.
So thinking about that, right? Like I think about the movie RV,
Yeah,
right? Where he's sitting in a bathroom stall, like at a campground, grinding out an email on his BlackBerry
mm-hmm.
all night long. And then
Yeah.
he's got no service to send it. And it's like, that's the perfect example of not having work-life balance.
Yeah, not being able to separate it.
Like hiding your laptop from your significant other on vacation because they don't want you to work, but you're like, I need to work. I need to get it done. Nah, bro, ain't nothing that important.
No.
And that's the biggest
Nothing.
thing I think that we need to remember as parents and as employees. And yes, our supervisors have expectations for us. But I think we also need to, as employees, be like, these are my expectations. And my expectation is when I'm home, I'm home. It can wait till tomorrow. This is not a life or death matter. The only life or death matters that happen are when I'm at the firehouse for 24 hours a day. And guess what? When I leave, there's someone there to relieve me. So those life and death matters are taken care of.
Right. There's someone there to take care of it.
Right. If somebody doesn't get an answer 4 hours before the deadline, like, or after the, if you're 4 hours past the deadline, like, big deal. Really? Is this really going to make that big of a difference?
Right. Exactly.
Because it's going to sit in your inbox for hours anyway.
Yeah. I mean, there's how many unread emails do these people have in their mailboxes? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I got back to work in like 2,200 emails from like the 45 days I was not there and connected. And I was like, delete.
Right. But how many of those emails were like actionable items? Probably zero.
Well, none for me.
Right.
But
so like people are like, well, why don't you have your email, like, it's critical that you answer emails. So I need you to put your email notifications on your phone or whatever. I don't want it. I don't care that it's Food Truck Thursday. Okay. I don't care.
That's the best day of the week.
Right. I don't care, about all these events. And, for the fire department,
Linda's retirement party.
Well, and I have two, right? So I have the college and I have the firehouse, and I get every email for every county employee at the firehouse. So it's like they send out like, oh, you know, wellness Wednesdays, and like, and I get it, like it's good, it's engagement, but at the same time, like, no, I don't care. You're just all you're doing is creating more work for me by hitting me needing to hit the delete button.
That's it. You gotta make those rules where it just goes into a
Yep.
different folder.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's. I mean, the work-life balance is definitely it's changed over like the last 30 years even. Like you think about like in the early 90s, you had like dad had a pager,
Yeah.
and like the pager era where you had to find a payphone. Like, is this in Hangover? Like, is this hotel payphone or
Is this
pager friendly?
hotel pager friendly? I'm not getting a sig on my beeper.
Yeah, not gonna sig on my beeper.
Do you have a phone
But
bank?
yeah.
No, but you can call from your phone from your room.
Yeah, it's just like it started with the pager, and then it went to like the initial cell phones where everybody got the Nokia or the bag phone. And then after that, it's just like, I remember when the iPhone came out and like all the capabilities of the iPhone at that time, and it was like crazy. But now it's like we're walking around with like computers, laptops in our
computer in my
pockets.
pocket.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and like,
I mean, what am I actually doing with that laptop?
playing
Nothing productive,
games,
right?
scrolling Instagram.
There's a lot of days that I wish I was going back to that Nokia brick where I could play Snake.
Snake was the best.
That's it, and not check email. Like when I upgraded my phone a couple years ago, and I was like, man, I might just go with like a stupid, simple phone. But then I'm like, well, what if I get emails for this? What if I get emails for that? Like, and it's not even just work, right? It's volunteering, right? So like coaching hockey, I get notifications all day long from, hockey that's like, oh, well, this is going on, or like, hey, I need you to send this to your people, or, player issues. It's just never ending.
Right.
But if I didn't have the smartphone capability, I wouldn't know about that till I sat down at my desk and looked at my email.
Right. And like, but how did they do that back then? Like, you had a phone chain. Like, so-and-so would call so-and-so, and like, practice is canceled tonight because it's raining. Or it rained, and if it rained, you didn't have practice. Like, it was just a rule. It wasn't
you didn't
like,
look up the fields on your phone.
The county is closing this field, but this field is open, or you can use the outfield, but not the infield. Like, it is what it is. But
well, now they practice all the time because they got turf.
We don't have turf, not yet. We like real grass out here.
So do we, but
cows can't eat turf.
I mean, you can do anything once.
I mean, they are cows. They eat pretty much anything. Right. Send a couple goats out and take care of it.
But. So do you find that like when you have a stressful day, or like there's a looming deadline, or you have stuff going on, that your demeanor changes when you're at home?
100%. And like I have, like my commute is like an hour. So, and I almost like that hour because it gives me that time to decompress as much as I can. Like there's times that like I'll get 3/4 of the way home and be like, I haven't turned on the radio yet. Like I'm just sitting in silence and like yelling at people on 66 because they're morons. But like there's times where like you just, or like I'm not even focused on the radio, and like the kid Disney Channel is on or whatever, or Kids Bop, and like I'm a big music person, so like I like all of my different types of music. I like my playlists and everything. But like if I have a stressful day or I got something looming where I need to have like focus on it, then yeah, I find myself focusing on that, and like I have to really kind of work on snapping myself out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of days where I end up pulling in the driveway and my radio never went on. They say that you're a very dangerous person when you do that.
Yeah, because you're not focusing on the radio, like the road even. You're focused on like what's going on in your head.
Yeah, your brain's kind of disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, and that's, I am 100% a different person when I have issues going on at work. My family sees it. My wife sees it. the dogs see it, everybody sees it. Because I think to a point, it's part of it is because, we care. Sometimes we care too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're a little bit too much of a perfectionist. Sometimes we're a little bit too much of a type A.
Mhm.
And there's nothing I can do about that. That's the
No,
way that
it's just who we
way
are.
my brain works, right? But at the same
Right.
time, like, I want to be able to just completely disconnect. And like I said, doing the focus on my phone, and I've really been intentional about in probably the past 6 months of making that distinction of your home. Don't worry about anything else. Worry about being home. Worry about being present for your kids and your wife.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that like I realized being off this summer and then going back to work is like I can be a total dick the night before I have to go to work. Like I want like dinner done, showers done, like bedtime done. Like I want that to be like done, but my kids are not like when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's like whatever, dude. Like we'll eat when we want to eat. We'll sleep when we want to sleep. We'll shower. What is a shower sometimes? Like so. Like I think that's something that I really have to work on is like my regimented schedule of expectations.
Yeah,
And
I'm the same way.
it's just like I've always been that way. Like growing up, like I always got up in the morning, took a 5-minute shower, ate breakfast, got in the car and went to school. Like boom, 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 done. And did the same exact thing every day for 10 years until I got to college. And then college was like, wait, I don't have to go to class.
I don't have to go to class.
This is awesome. Like I can sleep in. Alarms? What are alarms?
Right.
Real pants? No thanks. I'll wear sweatpants. Like, no. I can do what I want. Oh,
I'm an adult now.
It's snowing out. I'll put a sweatshirt on. Perfect. Like, I don't think I wore a parka the entire time I was in college.
Yeah, well, I don't think I did either.
Like, I wore my blue Messiah sweatshirt, and that was it. And, like, that thing fell apart pretty much the day I graduated.
But I also was a little bit further from campus than you were, especially my senior year when we were across the railroad. Well, no, both. Because we were by the fields. It was freaking far.
Yeah, because you had to walk down through the parking lot of the sports fields, the commuter lot.
The old commuter lot. Yeah. Actually, I have a funny story about Messiah that I'll tell you after.
Oh, man. Good old Messiah stories. Today was moving day. Did you see that?
I did not. I did not see that on the old socials.
Good old Noggle Third.
Noggle Third, baby.
Noggle Third. Corner room. But yeah, I mean, like the regimentedness. I don't know where it came from. Like, I don't remember. Like, all I remember from like growing up is like we ate dinner at like 6 o'clock. Like that was really it. Like we would eat dinner at like 6 o'clock. I guess we did kind of have a regimen because we'd watch Wheel of Fortune, then we watched Jeopardy, then Wheel of Fortune because the fun was after,
and then we would go to bed,
and then it would be like bedtime and whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess
I don't remember having
a schedule.
But I don't remember having like a strict bedtime. But also, I think it's probably because it was regimented. Probably because it was like, hey, it's 8:00. It's time to go to bed.
Right.
And
like,
it's funny because I was at Jill's last weekend. I was at Jill's, and Mike was talking about that. He's like, yeah, our kids used to go to bed at 8:00.
Yeah, 8:00.
Like, I remember
on
that.
The clock.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like, I think Mom needed that too because there was 3 of us, and we were not probably the easiest kids. Like,
No,
we were amped up boys, so like you just knew at 8:00, like you were getting in bed, and like you could read or whatever, and like I hated reading, so I would just lay in bed or like hide Legos underneath my sheets and play Legos. But like at 8 o'clock, it was bedtime. And I think Mom did that because like she needed that time at the end to like get ready for the next day because it was just her
decompress, right? Like,
and even get like lunches ready and stuff.
Yeah, like I'm the same way as you, and this is where I miss Michael on this topic, right? Because he is very regimented. His kids have
drill sergeant regimented.
they have a routine and it's, every night. Whereas like my son sometimes doesn't go to bed till 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like we'll be sitting up while I'll be watching the show and I'll be like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, we got to go to bed. And then he'll be like, no, I'm not going to bed yet. I'm like, bro, it's 10 o'clock. I got to go to work tomorrow.
No. I want
Like,
pancakes.
I have to get up at 4. No, yeah. And then it's like, I'm hungry.
I want pancakes. And I don't want frozen pancakes. I want Bisquick pancakes.
Right.
He's
hungry.
just a
or
college
like,
kid.
Or you know what his favorite item to eat is?
I can only imagine.
I don't know. That's his favorite.
But yeah.
That's his favorite
We have
item.
frozen, I don't know. We have refrigerated, I don't know. We also have pantry, I don't know. So my response to that is when they walk in and this was all summer, because I'm pretty sure all my kids did was eat and swim all summer.
Yep.
And like they would walk in and like I would be doing stuff like applying for jobs or whatever. And they would be like, I'm hungry. I'd be like, okay, what do you want? I don't know. Well, come back to me when you do. Like you have access to the pantry. You have access to the freezer to look what's in there. You know what the chicken fingers look like. You know what like the toaster strudels look like. You let me know what you want and we'll make it happen. But I'm also not going to make like chicken cordon bleu at 8:30 in the morning, if that's what you want. Like I'm not making homemade whatever at 8:30 in the morning. Like I just woke up. I haven't even had coffee yet. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you're not helping me. Bro, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. Sorry. I forgot to turn my mind reading sense on this morning to tell you what your stomach wants. And like, yeah, that's as I say, I need my Eanes before I can really talk to anybody. I need my caffeine and my first nicotine hit, and then we can talk. Like Liz will go like, "Did you have your Eanes yet?" I'll be like, "Nah, didn't have them yet." And that explains a lot. Go have a shot of espresso and throw a pouch in. You're good to go.
Get the body moving. Get the systems moving.
Yeah, you got
to get the old systems moving.
Yeah, like we were up late last night. We ended up in the ER. Funny story. I'm not going to say it now. I'll save it for another day. But my wife, we think, tore her calf. So like I get this thing when I'm tired. I call it stroke eye because my right eye does not open as wide as my left eye. So funny thing is my oldest had her first picture day for high school this week on, I think, Monday. And she got her picture and she's got severe Morehouse stroke eye going on in it. And I'm like, what time did you go to bed? She's like, I don't know. I was getting my outfit ready. I'm like, well, that's why. That's why you have Morehouse stroke eye, because you're tired. You were tired when you went to school that day. Oh, yeah. Go to bed. Like, don't stay up until 12:30 making sure you have the right outfit. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, well, I don't get it, but I got having a girl, like, didn't grow up with girls, like, had a girlfriend in high school, and then, like, I met my wife in college, so, but, like, I don't get that whole outfit thing. Like, I'll come rolling downstairs and be like, you're gonna wear that out? And, like, there's a famous picture of, like, me in, like, Hawaiian shorts and, like, a bright pink t-shirt, and I think I had, like, orange shoes on at Jake's soccer game, and Liz is like, you actually wore that out? I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to see these people again. I don't care. Like, I'll see the team members, but all the parents know I'm a goof. So.
Well, at the end of the day, your job is to embarrass your kids.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah. Like,
really good. I love it.
Yeah. And now they're like, oh, you can't wear that. I can't believe you have to change. I'm like, oh, yeah. All right, bro. Best is the beach when I wear my fedora. My good vibes only tank.
I got, after I got sunburned in Emerald Isle, I went out and I got one of those half, like, hats, but it comes down in the back with the little, like, window shade.
You have a curtain in the back.
Yeah, it's a curtain but it, like, they have the ones where it's like the full brim with the curtain. No.
Oh.
This is like,
yeah, no, it's an OG.
This is the half off. This is the half off, half brim, full curtain.
Yeah, so you can sit against a wall.
Yeah, put my head back and go to sleep on the beach, which is what I'm really good at. But yeah, like, totally love embarrassing my kids. But yeah, like going back to like the home life balance, like having 4 kids, like I don't almost have time to think about work when I get home. Like I get up at 4:45, I'm out the door by like 5:15, and I'm at my desk at 6. And I'm out of my desk at 2. Like that's generally the rule of thumb. I may, depending on if I have a deadline, like I may be there later, but like I get home and then it's literally like change clothes, put sneakers on, and I'm running until 8. And like I go to pick up the kids, we come home, we throw a snack at them, and then we're off to softball, we're off to football, we're off to dance. Like dance starts this week, and like I can't even wrap my head around her schedule because she's there for 11 hours during the week. So like she is like, this is my oldest. She's a competition dancer. So like she does a lot of dance. Found out that nationals are in Orlando this year. So I got to find another job so I can take the kids to Disney, because God knows you can't go to Orlando without going to Disney.
I mean, you can.
So, yeah, we're going to Orlando, Ohio. It's just really hot there in the summer and looks like Florida. There's no Disney here. Sorry, kids.
Sorry, kids. Park's closed. Moose up front should have told you.
Moose up front should have told you. I'm not getting a BB gun. No, sir. But yeah, it's like I have a fair amount of time off. Like I can't complain about that. But it's also like I have to plan on like being sick. Like there's going to be days where I'm going to be sick. Like my kids are little germ fests, and they pick their nose and whatever, lick elevator buttons or handrails at school, and they get sick. So ends up like I end up getting sick. My wife gets sick. It is what it is. But like I just, that work-life balance, like I want to go away. I absolutely want to go away with them, but like I also have to be able to work to make money to pay the bills.
Well, I think that's part of it is we're constant, and it's not that I'm worried about losing my job, right? But like, if I don't do this, I'm going to be looked negatively on. And
right.
When it comes up time for a promotion, or it comes up time for, your evaluation, I didn't do this, so now it's going to look poorly on me. So it gives you that subconscious drive to say, oh, well, maybe if I just answer this email, but then this email turns into, oh, I see this one I need to do, or this, and then I have this task I need to do.
Right.
It's a cascade of things if you allow it to be that.
Right. Or you send that one email, and now the expectation is, okay, well, you're on vacation and you sent this one email, so why are you not responding to these 4?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think like, so back to like the time off thing, like a lot of my issues where I had supervisor issues was in regards to time off. Like I had my first government supervisor was a total dick. Like he was the worst. And like I've had real bad supervisors. Like I had a supervisor in my one sales job. Like my direct supervisor was dope. He was awesome. Still friends with him today. But his boss was a total dick. Like we used to go out and have to cold call. We'd have to do like X amount of cold calls a week. And Fridays were phone days. So we'd do telephone like Fridays, calling, making sure like following up, trying to set appointments. But part of that day was we had to take all of our business cards that we collected during the week and put them on a piece of paper. And this guy was such a jerk. He would go out on Fridays, he'd go to lunch, have a big lunch, come back and take a nap in his office. And it just so happened that my desk backed the wall to his office. So I would sit at my desk and take the stapler, and I would literally swing, and I would just hammer this stapler to the point where he would come flying in. Like you'd hear him like slam his desk chair back, like come flying out of his office into our office. And like all the sales guys were together. There was like 8 of us. And he'd be like, who's banging on their desk? I'm like, I don't know, Harry. Like, my stapler is not the greatest. There's no more in the supply closet, so that's how I got to do it. Well, do it later. And like, you knew he was taking a nap because like his office door was closed, his blinds were closed. Like, he was not a great human being. Ended up he was doing shady shit on the side. But yeah, until he got arrested. But yeah, and then like so my boss at in the government was like almost the same way, but like he just expected you to know things. So like time off, like I got to the government and Jake was born 2 weeks after I got there. So like I went in and he was born on Sunday night or Monday morning. I took Monday and Tuesday off and then I was back to work. And like just enough time to like get Liz home and the baby home, not even settled, and just go back to work because I didn't have time. And like now like the government, I got to give the government props because they did come out with like you get like 9 weeks off or something like that for paternity and maternity, which is awesome. It's more than that. It's a lot. But
You can take 15 weeks for FMLA.
yes. Well, so that's not even FMLA. FMLA is on
regular
top of what the
parental leave?
government gives. Parental leave
nice.
is like, I want to say it's like 6 months or 4
Damn.
months. It's a lot. And like good on them for finally realizing it, especially with like mothers who like are expected to come back to work like 2 weeks after giving birth to a child. Like that's insane. I'm sorry. That's insane. That's something where this side of the earth has it wrong and
Yes.
Europe's got it right. Like,
Yep.
You're not like having ingrown toenail surgery. Like you're producing a human and like you're expected to go back to work 4 weeks later. Like get out of here. You're insane. But
Yeah,
that's a whole nother topic.
I'm not even going to get into that.
No.
Not even
So,
going
like-
to get into that.
So like I had a kid and like took a whole year of not taking time off. Like I would occasionally take time off. We would go away for 2 weeks in July. First 2 weeks in July, we would go away to St. Martin with my in-laws. Take the kids. Like my kids have had passports since they were like 6 months old. So we would go away. So my boss, I in September, this is September before the July. I'm like, hey man, like I'm going away in July. We just booked tickets. These are the dates. I will coordinate it with my coworkers to make sure everything's covered. But like, these are the dates we're going away. No problem. Cool. Do it. Let's, good for you. It's your time. Take it. And I hate that phrase. It's your time. Take it. Like, yeah, no kidding. I'm going to take it. It's my time.
That's why they call it leave, not stay.
Yeah. So we get to like 2 weeks before the trip. So like, I'm literally packed probably at home. This guy pulls me into his office. He's like, you're going away for 2 weeks? He goes, you got some pair of brass balls thinking you're going away for 2 weeks. And I'm like, bro, we talked about this 8 months ago. Like, this was a conversation we had 8 months ago that I made sure everything is covered. I had one of my coworkers coming back from her leave early so that I could go on leave. Like, it was absolutely insane. And like, he berated me for like an hour on this. He's like, you're the rookie. Like, who do you think you are going away? Sorry, bro. I'm not a rookie anymore. I've been here for almost 2 years. Like, beat it. But yeah, like it's like the supervisor can make that work-life balance miserable. Like if you see it, like, and having a supervisor, like having both sides now, where I had a crappy supervisor for a good portion of my career, my professional careers. Having a bad supervisor is miserable. Like my sales job, I used to wake up, throw up, shower, and go to work every morning just because of my supervisor. And I left that job and the day of changed. So it's just like, and that's one of my big things is like when I supervise, I set the expectation of like, listen, like you have a family. You're not on this earth to come to work. Like, you're here to have a family, enjoy life, like, do what you got to do. And work is to supplement what you need for your home life. Like, you come to work to pay your bills. Like, you're not coming to work to, like, live your life. Like, work is not the best part of your life. I mean, it can be. If you're lucky,
it's also
something that you love, but it's also something you have to do.
It's also you setting expectations for them, right? Like every time I go into a firehouse and I have a new crew, It's, hey, these are my expectations for you. What are your expectations of me? And that's it. That right there shows not only that you care, but also that you want to be held accountable. And I think one of the biggest things, it's something that I struggle with big time, is communicating, not failure, but communicating like bumps in the road, right? If you have a
Right.
deadline that you have to meet and something happens or you're not able to meet the deadline, just communicating that to your boss, like, hey, listen, I know this is due today. I can't make that deadline. I apologize. I'll do better next time, but I'm going to need to extend this like 2 days. And a lot of times you're like, hey, shit happens. I understand. Thank you for telling me. Just get it to me, tomorrow or the next day. They're not mad because you're communicating it. But when you don't meet the deadline, you don't say anything. It's like, well, why didn't you meet the deadline? Well, I had this going on. Well,
Right.
just tell me. Just
Well,
tell me.
And that's
Like-
part of life. Like who wants to have those difficult conversations? Like
Nobody.
one does. And like that's part of like it's the hardest part of being an adult is being able to have those difficult conversations. I mean, who wants to go to their boss and be like, "Listen, I know you've been relying on me getting this done by today, but my kid was sick last week. I had to take 2 days off. Like I apologize, but like it's what happened." And I would say 95% of the time they're like, "Oh yeah, you know what? Shit happens. Let's get it done as soon as we can." And I'll relay it up the chain. And like part of being a supervisor, and this is something that like you and I are very similar on, is like being a supervisor, you're there almost like a bulletproof vest for your workers. Like
Mhm.
I'm there to take the shots from upper management so they don't have to. Be like, yeah, my guy had to take 2 days off because his kid was sick. He had the flu or was in the hospital, like whatever. I don't like, if you have an issue with that, I'm sorry, you're not a nice human, but that's what happened. And unless like it's not life or death 99% of the time. And like in my line of work, like it's not 99.9% of the time. It wasn't life or death. Like that's not something that you deserve to get that type of flack over. And like there's some supervisors that love to be supervisors and have ego trips and power hungry. And like I saw it firsthand. Like people would get promoted and they would be like, yeah, now you're gonna do this. Nah, that's not how it works. Like it's like as
Get
a
outta here,
supervisor,
bro.
like I will do whatever needs to get done for my team to succeed. And if you're better at it, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, are you cool with doing this? Because you're way better at making a PowerPoint than I am, or you're way better at public speaking than I am. And like part of being a supervisor is finding people's skills and like their skill sets and finding what they're good at so that they can succeed. And that's when your team succeed, it makes you succeed and it makes you and your team look better.
Well, we
And I
call
think that's
that
part of the thing.
we call that decentralized command, right? So I don't know.
Right.
Did you read that book?
Which one?
The extreme ownership.
Yes.
Yeah. So we call that decentralized command. So I use that every day of my life, especially at the firehouse. I was fortunate to inherit a crew that was amazing and that had a skill set beyond anything I could comprehend. And I was not the smartest person in the room by
No.
any means. And I use those guys to be efficient through decentralized command. Because, hey, if we're going to a rope job, if we're going to a collapse job, I know that this guy is the guy. I know that this guy is the guy. And I'm going to be like, what is your thoughts on this? And I learned that from, even before I read Extreme Ownership, I learned that through one of the guys that supervised me for the majority of my career. Is it wasn't just a him decision. We would get somewhere and he'd be like, all right, what do you guys think? This is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And I remember the first time he did that, I'm like, what the fuck does he think?
Yeah, bro,
I'm
you're the one
nobody.
in charge.
I'm
You're
nobody.
the one
You
in
got like
charge.
20, you have like 18 years on the job. Like you've seen a lot more shit than I have, but he made sure that we all had a vested interest in what was going on. And that maybe we did have an idea that worked way better than what he was thinking. Or we had a plan B, plan C, plan D.
Right.
And that's, and I think that's what people miss being a supervisor is they think all decisions have to go through them. They don't. They shouldn't. Yes,
No.
you are giving the ultimate decision to upper management, right? But you don't have to be the one that comes up with every decision, and that will stress you out to the max. Use your people, and I'm a firm believer that your people should be able to do your job. I train my people to be able to step in and do my job should I not be able to do it.
Right. And like, this goes back to that work-life balance of you're going to be, at some point, you're going to take off. And there's going to be someone that has to step up. And like my idea is to have a team full of my backups.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's summer, everyone has kids, everyone is going away at some point during the summer because you're not going to take your kids out of school. So at some point there's going to be two out of 4 people away. So you have to have people that can back up you and whoever else is going to be off. And having a team full of essentially deputy supervisors is the best way to go. Because then you don't have to worry about who's going to be there.
Your workflow doesn't change. Just because I'm not at work doesn't mean your workflow changes. It doesn't mean that you can just do nothing all day, right? Like, you're going to stay busy. You're still going to do the same routine that we do every day. I mean, being a first responder, I'm very routine driven, like, and I'm superstitious. So I do the things the same way every single day that I go to work. Nothing changes. The way that I check my stuff, the way I go in, I check my stuff, I take a shower, I shave, I get a cup of coffee, and I start my day. I do it every single day because if anything is different, it throws my whole morning off. If I get to work and somebody's in the shower when I'm trying to shower, it is like it puts me into like a tailspin because I'm like, now what do I do? Because it's all planned out. It's what it's, you know? So I think being able to have a team, right? And that's also work-life balance, right? Like if you have somebody on your team who's, a single guy or like that enjoys doing stuff and you have something going on, like, hey, delegate that thing to that person.
Right.
Like I know, and they may have come to you and been like, hey, if you have something going on, I got nothing to do this week. I'm just sitting at home, watching Netflix. And I'm like, hey, you can say no, but I have this task that needs to get done. Are you cool with doing it? And like, I'll find a way for you to flex your hours, or I'll find a way to pay you for the extra time that you're using at home. Because that's another thing is you're not compensated for, even though you're a salaried employee, you're salaried and you're still only working, you're
only allotted to 40 hours.
20, 80 hours a year is technically what you're being paid for. They're not paying you for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you're working those 2,080 hours, cool, I'll find a way to make this up to you. I'll figure out a way. If I have to take it out of my own pocket, it is what it is. But like, or if I have, I'll approve time off. Like, hey, leave a little bit early. I can't do that at the firehouse. But,
we did that with dispatch. And that was one of the cool things is like we could flex our time or like have somebody cover 4 hours or a shift and like you paid them back. Yeah. And like
swaps.
depending on the person, like you could be like, I owe you 4 swaps at the end of the year. And they're like, okay. And like there was one time we were going on vacation and like I didn't get my time approved. And I was like trying to look for swaps. And I'm like, listen, I'll buy you lunch for a week if you pull the swap. So it's like the good thing about like the first responder life is like you said, it's a family and like you look out for each other. But that's kind of like any job where you've been for a while. Like there's you're going to look out for your people and your people are going to look out for you.
It's true leadership there. I mean, that's not you being a boss. That's you being a leader. If your people are looking out for you, then you've made it in a point where you are a leader and you're leading people. You're not just supervising them.
Right. And that's one of the big things you and I used to talk about all the time was like the difference between being a boss and a leader. Is like a boss is someone that's going to lead from behind and just point and tell you what to do. Whereas a leader is going to be like, listen, this is what we're doing and this is how we're going to do it. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And we're going to do it.
Yep. And then you find that you get like-minded people to follow you and to want to work for you when you are that type of person, because they see it. They'll work, a lot of people work overtime, or, they'll talk to other people that work for you, and they're like, man, like you really care about your people. Like, I would love to have the opportunity to work for you one day. I'm like, all right, well, just let me know.
Yeah, we could make it happen. That's
Send
it.
it. Yeah, it's I don't know. I that's another topic for another day. I could talk about this for 5 hours. I'm very passionate about leadership.
That was the first company we started. It didn't go anywhere, but we
It's
started a
still
leadership company.
still in the wings there. Still in the wings.
We
still got possibilities there.
It's on the back.
It's on the back burner now.
Back burner.
Yeah.
So,
once we retire.
Yeah.
So what do you think you can do differently in school year 26-27 to try to separate that work and life balance?
I mean, for me, the biggest difficulty for it is going to be the fact that I just started a new job, where it's like, and I have a huge learning curve. I have to ingest a lot of information in a short amount of time. And like, that's going to be the hardest thing, is like, I'm not going to be able to turn that off, because like, I'm not a perfectionist, let's say, but like, I want to be perfect. Like, I want to be as close to perfect as possible. Like, I'm not going to die over not being perfect, but like, I want to show my abilities to the highest level. And like, that's like, I'll sit up at night and like think about like, oh, did I do this? Did I do this right? Did I answer this email right? But like, that's something like I got to separate. And like, I already have enough issues sleeping. I don't need that stuff to like affect it even more. But definitely being more present once I'm home, like taking my mind out of that stressful work environment, turning it off, and just leaving it in the car. And that's something I've always struggled with a little bit, but like, having the kids and having so much to do and so many activities, like, it's more like I get frustrated over the fact like that we have so much to do and not enough time. Like, we've been eating out more than we should because we've been doing so many activities. But it also means that like, my kids are happy and they're doing what they love, which is huge. And I would take that. My kids are not going to remember the fact that like, we had McDonald's twice a week. They're going to remember the fact that like, they went to dance nationals because they practiced so hard and they got like all these medals and stuff that I'm going to drop off in their basement when they're 40.
Yeah.
In a big Tupperware.
Orlando, Ohio.
In Orlando, Ohio. But like, that's going to be the hardest thing for me, is just that slowing down to the point where like, I got to keep my mind here and not be that perfectionist getting everything done in a specific order.
Yeah. I think for me, something I started doing last year, which I'm going to continue and try to do more of, is just making lists. Just I have a notebook that I keep all the tasks I need to do, and like just ideas and different things like that, and just continuing to do that. I could say that I'm going to turn my fire department alerts off, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to say that I'm not going to listen to box alarms or fires or incidents that my people are on while I'm at home, because that's not going to happen, because I've been doing that for 30 years.
Right.
More than that, because scanner, it's sure.
Right.
But I think just being more intentional about making a list, and when that list is done, cool. And if it's not done, being able to close the notebook and say, this is a tomorrow project.
Right.
Not having those mental lists in my head that continue to roll and roll and roll and roll. And then, like you said, you can't sleep, or, it's occupying your mind when, I'm going to be at hockey practice and thinking about something stupid, instead of putting all my focus on these kids and preparing for next week's game. So I think that's my one task that I would like to try.
Yeah, and like, if you have any tips like or tricks that you do, let us know. Throw them up there on the comments, and like, we get alerts when people comment. So like, we'll get it and take a look at it. But definitely definitely let us know if you have anything that you've come up with, whether it's getting that work-life balance, or even like some way to get your head turned off at home and focused on your home life.
Yeah, decompression strategies, right? Like, what do you do when you come home? If you're a first responder, what do you do when you come home from a shift, right? Like, how do you transition from that first responder mindset into that family mindset? Because that can be very difficult for a lot of people. I mean, I still sometimes struggle with it. Whether it's taking 5 extra minutes in the car, whether it's, going to the gym before you go home and then working out and then, showering, kind of washing the day or the
Yeah,
shift
wash the
off of
day
you
away.
and then go back and you're fresh. But yeah, any kind of strategies that you all have, please drop them in the comments. This episode, kind of the catalyst of it was a comment of topics that people wanted to hear. So keep telling us, keep dropping those comments in there of different things that you want us to talk about, different things that could be helpful for you all in topics. And yeah, I mean, this life is not easy. The sandwich generation is not easy, right? We are truly compressed, and we're trying to make the best out of the time that we have in this time of our lives, which is supposed to be one of the best times of our lives. But the stress can be overwhelming. So just, you have people out there, friends, family, you have us, again, shoot us an email at loveyoupalpod@gmail.com. Say, hey, I'm struggling with this. Do you have any advice? Happy to get back to you and, even chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we've said, like, everybody's going through this life. It's not an easy life is not easy. Like, it's not a straight line. There's curves in the road, and there's always curves that when you don't expect them. And there's always someone that's going through it kind of at the same time as you. You're never alone going through it, or there's someone that's been through it and that can help you, give you tips. And we want to be that connector to help people connect with other people who are going through it and trying to figure out what this sandwich generation is. And like we said, like, we've been through it in the past 2 years where it's been curve after curve after curve after curve in the road. Like, we haven't seen a straight road in years, but like, it's starting to straighten out now. So once everything starts to straighten out, like, you're going to get that time where you can kind of like breathe a little bit. But yeah, we're here to help in any way that we can. If it's connecting you with somebody, if it's, we have a lot of connections out there with different people who have gone through different situations. So any way we can help, connect you, we'll do it, whatever we can. And even if it's just, you need an ear to yeah, bitch at, like, we can be that too. I love listening to people. Great listener.
It's a downfall,
It's a
especially in the
downfall.
grocery store.
In the grocery store,
strangers.
walking down
Anywhere.
a street in Manhattan, and I leave my "talk to me" sign on my forehead.
Anywhere. Literally
Yeah.
anywhere. It's like, all right, well, thank you, but I have things to do.
Yeah, I gotta go finish getting my groceries so I can make my kids lunch.
I got to go think about work so that I can have poor work-life balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Which one of your dogs is that?
That's Callie.
Freaking
Yeah, it's our lab. She's in her crate because it's storming outside, and I think the kids they were eating dinner, so she's not a very good dog to have out during dinner. She likes to sneak in there and grab a couple chicken nuggets every once in a while.
She's hungry. She's a hungry girl.
She's super hungry. So,
all right. Well, yeah, I think to wrap all this up, there's a line in the show notes that you sent that I think is appropriate to kind of end on before I do my whole spiel, but it's work will always be there tomorrow. Make sure home gets the best version of you today. And I love that. Give your family the best version of you. Because work, it's going to be there. And when you leave work, or when it's your time to retire, or you quit, or, God forbid something happens to you, they're going to replace you.
yeah,
And your family's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I was an expert at my last job, and they got rid of me. I was a number, and like you have to remember, like as much as it comes down to it, you're just a number. You're a number to those people, and if your number is called and they need to get rid of you, they're gonna get rid of you, and they'll fill your spot with somebody else. Whereas at home, you are not gonna be able to be replaced. Like you need to spend that time with your kids. Like you're not going to get that time back, and be the best version of you for your kids. Like be the one that's on the sideline cheering with the train horn that you bought for $200 on the internet that you didn't tell your wife about. But yeah, be that guy. Be that one that's cheering the loudest. Be that one that's always there to lift your kids up, and leave work at work, because work will be there tomorrow. And you never know when your time's going to get called. So
if you don't already, like I said in the earlier beginning of the show, follow us on social media. Love You Pal Pod on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube, Love You Pal Podcast, Facebook, Love You Pal Podcast. We have links to the merch store if you want to represent the Love You Pal brand. There's new merch going up there almost every week. We're trying to find what works for you all.
Let us know if you want something.
Yeah,
I got a couple of requests. We just got some new quarter zips up that I have at my office. So I'll bring it home and wear it next time so you guys can see it. We got some cool new hats up. We're gonna get a new Love You Pal hat up in the next probably day or two. We're just perfecting the design. But yeah, if you want like a sweatshirt, specific way, let us know. We can generally make it happen.
Facilitators.
Sweatpants. I even have sneakers on there now. I don't know if you'd want to wear them, but they're pretty cool. They're
you never
like
know.
Converse sneakers with our logo on the side. I mean, I'll probably get a pair, but
yeah,
who knows?
Represent the brand. The brand. Yeah.
I got my kids' t-shirts to wear to school. Yeah.
Get that listenership up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Leave us a comment, even if it's just a thumbs up, to let us know that you're out there, you're listening, and you're enjoying what you're hearing. And if you're not enjoying it, leave us a thumbs down. I don't care. Again, we love haters. Yeah, that's what we got for this week. We appreciate you all.
Hopefully the little guy will be back next week.
Yeah.
Get over this laryngitis.
I think he will. We'll see.
He sounded better yesterday when I talked to him, so we'll get him some more throat lozenges and get him up and running.
Yeah, even if he's
Chamomile
not,
tea.
we'll just get him on here with his gruff.
We'll give him cue cards.
Yeah, right. Hold up. So, until next week, love you, pal.
Love you, pal.
We're all just trying to make it through. Love you, pal, I got you.